All right. So now we're back with you, and let me go ahead on and get this screen shared. Um, all right. So we've been talking so far about, I guess, in this here series of how to identify your target audience. We've already gone over define the problem. Okay. We've talked about that. And so that was in, if you haven't looked at that particular video, make sure you go back in the series because um, all of this is basically building blocks. So therefore, you'll be able to, um, when it's all, when you kind of get to the end, you'll be able to have all the components and the pieces that you need in order to um, now launch um, a successful product to your audience. And so now we're going to talk about um, who has this specific problem. Okay. Um, like I said, we've talked about the problem. We've talked about, um, now we need to talk about who has this specific problem. And so when we start getting into the who, let me kind of do this. Apologize, I'm doing kind of multitasking there. So when we start talking about who has a specific problem, um, you want to kind of look at the who kind of like this. Your who is going to be, for example, staying with the analogy that we've been using, which is um, people that need clean drinking water. The who can be broken down into women, children, men, families, elderly people. That's my who. Everyone that's in a village can be the who. Now, what I can do is I can actually break that down even further. If I wanted to do like a subsection of that, I can actually say now I want to specifically focus on, women and children. I can even get even further down into that subsection of my audience, and I can say I want to target young women between the ages of 18 and 32 who have one or more children. Okay, so as we're putting together this audience, you want to get so specific to the individual level, so that way when you begin to put your content together, when you begin to put your message together, what you're going to be able to do is speak directly to that person. Okay, because a lot of times what happens is that we wind up trying to speak to everybody, and when if you try to speak to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. So again, what you want to make sure that you're focused on is the who in your audience are you speaking to. Your audience is actually who has this specific problem, and then you start talking about, again, to help you with this, who could benefit for what you provide. Okay, who can benefit. So once again, I can say that children can benefit from clean drinking water. So now if I'm going to target children, now my content and my message is geared toward the caregivers of those children. Okay, and then once I kind of figure out the who, then I'm going to ask myself, well, why do they need me? Okay, why do they need me? Well, they need me because of the skill set, um, the knowledge, the expertise. They need me because of all the things that I bring to the table that's going to enable them to have clean drinking water. Okay. Um, and so I've basically finished that sentence, which says that they need me because I bring all of the skill sets required I have access to um, resources that's going to enable clean drinking water to be drilled in the village where these where my audience is at. Okay. I have the knowledge, I have the expertise, I have the tools, I have all of these things that they need from me. And mainly, if you think about kind of, they need me because most of the time it's going to either be because your skill set and or expertise, your knowledge in that area. Maybe you're a subject matter expert in that area and you can speak on it. Maybe you're certified. So, say, for example, if your audience tends to be people, because if you have a holistic product or holistic wellness product, your audience now, what the reason why they need you is because of the skill set and the expertise that you have in the holistic industry. Okay. So you have a specific skill set and expertise that now enables you to speak on that topic with authority, okay, with a level of confidence, with facts. You have a track record, right? So that can be why they need you as well. Is this product, excuse me, is my audience gender specific? You know, um, in this case, it could be the answer can to that could be yes or could be no. Is it gender specific? So you want to answer that question. So again, if you're making a male enhancement product, well then yeah, that's going to be gender specific. It's going to only be geared toward men. Now I can get down to men that are between the ages of who may suffer with, for example, with ED. I can say, well, my target audience is going to be men that are you know because I've done the research and studies show that typically men that are between the ages of 43 and 60 suffer with, ED. Okay. Well, now my audience, that's my audience. It's gender specific. I've nailed it all the way down to their age, men at a specific age. So now when I put my content together, my message is going to be geared toward those two now men that are in that particular category. Okay. Um, as I just got through saying, what is the age group of this generation or generation? I just given that. So if my age group is going to be, if you're targeting, if you have a holistic product for women and have done your research and you see that the demographics say that women between the ages of 21 and 27, where this product is geared toward, then that's now that subsection of the market. And that's why it's important to also do demographic research. There are a lot of times that you'll be able to search online, and let Google be your friend. And it'll tell you, who is consuming your product, at what age, what gender, what generation, all those things that are consuming your product, to now that will take the guesswork out of it. Okay. Um, is there a smaller niche group within this audience that resonates with you? Maybe there can be, in addition to the holistic product that I have for women between the ages of 27 and 32, maybe there's another product that their significant other, specifically male, would could consume could consume the product also. So say for example, if I have my product is, say for example, like a shea butter, okay, and so that particular my audience is, say for example, I want to target women between the ages of 18 and 37 with my shea butter. Well, what I found out also, that maybe the shea butter or this particular oil that I have is also good for a man's skin and or maybe his beard. Okay. And so now you have a kind of a smaller niche or a subsection, within that group. Or say, for example, that my target audience is children, because, children are the one that need the clean drinking water so that they can go to school. Well, now my sub niche of that market would be their moms. Okay. And so there are a lot of different components to this when you're building your audience. And so, what I want to encourage you to do is take your time and go through and write these things down. Who has a specific problem? Who can benefit from what you provide? Why do they need you? And again, why they need you could be because you have a skill set, you have knowledge, you have expertise, you have education, you have financial resources or resources, connections. That could be why they need you. Is this gender specific? What is the age group or generation? And is there a smaller niche within the audience? So I'm going to go ahead and in this particular video right here, um, and let you kind of begin to kind of fill in the blanks here, and we're going to get ready for the next video. We will talk to you later. Thanks.